Hey guys, so today I'm in a special location. I'm in Doral, Florida. If you're thinking about making a move, today we're going to talk about the pros and cons. We're going to talk about the cost of living. We're going to talk about the geographic, the businesses, everything there is to know, or as much as I can tell you in this video about Doral, Florida. So you're going to want to stay tuned to the end, because we're going to talk, one of the pros and cons that we're going to talk about is exactly what you hear above my head right now. We're on a flight path for the Miami International Airport, and you can hear planes taking off and landing every hour of the day around Doral. And as always, we're gonna visit different neighborhoods so you guys can kind of see different properties at different price points, and that way you can kind of get to know Doral without having to physically come here. As you already know, my name is Michael Valencia. I am a top producer and realtor and one of the top realtors in the state of Florida with La Macchia Realty, and this is Living in South Florida. Stay tuned. If you can't tell already, it is Christmas time in Florida and all the decorations are out. So if this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about what it's like living in South Florida, we cover neighborhood tours, we cover market updates, and every once in a while, some of my clients like to be featured on the channel, so we tell their stories here as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with any friends and family members that you think could get some value out of my channel or this video. And yeah, leave comments below if there's any areas that you want me to cover. All of my information is going to be in the description below if you want to get a hold of me and see if I can help you out with any of your real estate needs. Whether you're looking to invest, I am a seasoned investor myself. I own 7 properties around the country, so I'm very familiar with landlord tenant laws. I'm familiar with evictions. Any questions that you may have, feel free to reach out. Like I said, all of my information will be in the description below, and I can hopefully answer all the other questions that you have about what it's like to live in South Florida. Like I said, right now we are in Cityplace, one of my favorite areas to come hang out, because right above me back there on the 2nd floor, there's a comedy club called Miami Improv. So Miami Improv has great comedians that come tour every single week. They do open mic nights for local comedians as well. And what's fun is on the weekends, after they have their main comedian, right, like their main event, it connects right, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it right now, but I'll try anyways. It'll connect from the comedy club over to Copper Blues, and they have live band, live music, and there's plenty of outdoor. Scenic Bistro is an amazing movie theater where you actually have recliners. You can order food, drinks in there. But there's a King's Bowling right here where a lot of celebrities will actually come play pool or go bowling. Yeah, but look, this is right. They also do live bands here as well. So great place to come hang out. One of the pros that we got to talk about living here is there is actual nightlife. I covered Weston, Florida in my last video, and I talked about that one of the cons is there is no nightlife. So you have to travel outside of Weston to be able to find something to do with your loved ones. Well, here, there is actually a lot to do. You don't have to travel outside of Doral. There's so much to do here that you're really gonna have a good time. Just come in, hanging out, getting some drinks, going to the comedy club, movie theaters, shopping. There's 2 shopping malls located in Doral. There's the International Mall and there's the Miami Dolphin Mall. All right, so guys, so I feel like this is a good intro of Cityplace and what Doral has to offer. I'm gonna go check out that first property, which is the $142,000 condo there is for sale. So let's go check it out. I'll see you over there. Okay, so we made it to the very first stop in Doral. And before I get to the location of like the property that I actually want to show you, I'm gonna talk about Doral a little bit more because I did promise that I was gonna talk about the pros and cons, cost of living, and everything else about Doral. So the cool thing about the very first property we're in is you got to see Cityplace. Right across the street, I'm gonna drive around and get some driving footage as well so the editor can add. Right across the street, we have downtown Doral. But there's a lot more shopping, there's a lot more restaurants, again, more outdoor life. There's a parking garage, but Doral is a fairly new city in Miami-Dade. It's one of 34 municipalities, and it has a population of 81,000 people. It has almost doubled in the last 10 years. The census of 2010, they had 45,000 residents. Right now they're up to 81. Out of the 81, over 80% of the residents are Hispanic or Latino, which means Spanish is the most prominent language of Doral. One of the pros that you're going to have here in Doral is the schools. You have some of the best schools in Miami-Dade County. There's, I think there's 10 public schools total. There's about 4 to 7 charter schools. And there's 3 or 4 private schools. So great schools. Actually, both of my boys went to school at Shelton Academy, which is a private Catholic school right here in Doral. So I'm very familiar with the schooling. A phenomenal school. I cannot say anything bad about it. We since have relocated to Cooper City, and from Cooper City to here, it did take me about 37 minutes to get here. And now it is 11 o'clock in the morning. One of the cons of living in Doral is the traffic. If I was to try and make it here in peak traffic, rush hour morning traffic, it would have taken me anywhere from 1 hour to 1.5 hours to only go about 20 something miles. So that gives you an idea of how bad the traffic can get during rush hour. Doral has constantly been voted one of the best places to live in Florida, one of the happiest places, and believe it or not, one of the best places in the entire state of Florida to start a business. That's why there's over 100 international companies that relocate to Doral or have been established here in Doral. The first property that we're in, or the Provident Doral at the Blue. This is a resort condo combination where you do have security. So it is a gated entrance. Like most communities in Doral, they're gonna be closed gated communities, so it's not very easy to get access. Obviously, being a realtor, I get the privilege of being able to schedule a property and then come scope out the area for clients. So that gives me access to a lot of these exclusive communities. There's many different type of condos for sale here at this property. The lowest priced condo, or the lowest priced property for sale, is located right here, the Provident Doral. It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 700 square foot condo for $142,000. You can rent it out short term and long term. So, because we are in a hotel, right? Right behind this property is actually the Trump National Golf Course. So you have downtown Doral to the east, and then a golf course directly to the west. Cityplace was literally 5 minutes down the road. That gives you a sense of how centrally located we are. We're 5 miles away from Miami International Airport and 13 miles away from downtown Miami. During rush hour though, to get to downtown Miami is going to be a nightmare. Doral, like I said, is located to the west. And then you have, on the west side, you have the Florida Turnpike. On the east side, you have the Palmetto Expressway, 826. And on the south, you have the Dolphin Expressway, 836. So it sounds like you do have a lot of highways nearby. And then of course the Palmetto, if you take it north, it'll put you on I-75 to go up to Broward County. So Doral is very close to Broward County. And it is surrounded, here's a con for Doral. It is surrounded by a lot of industrial buildings, a lot of manufacturing. Like I said, there's over 100 companies that relocate to Doral. So because it is surrounded by so much industrial warehouses or industrial properties, some people don't like that. But the fact that everything else is so nicely put together, so very well maintained, that people are willing to overlook that just to be able to come and live here. If you are a business owner, if you do need warehouse space, that's what makes this place attractive, because you're able to have your business near where you live with the great schools, the shop, and the nightlife. It's all right here for you. So stay tuned. We're gonna go check out a townhouse, which is the lowest priced townhouse available in Doral. Again, we just checked out the condos. This is what they look like. I'm gonna drive around to get some driving footage, but stay tuned. I'll see you at the next one. All right, guys, welcome. So we're at property number 2, and let's talk about cost of living a little bit before I actually walk around and get started. I mentioned before how Doral was recently voted one of the best places to start a business. It's actually one of the best places to also invest. But the cost of living is a problem. That is also what kind of makes it a good reason to invest in this area, right? The cost of living is actually almost 20% higher than the national average. So in Weston, we talked about how it's actually one of the wealthiest cities with the median income at $122,000. Well, in Doral, the median income is just $77,000. So the prices are very similar to Weston, but the income, the median income, is almost half of what Weston is. So that kind of gives you an idea. I mean, that's also why I wanted to show you the condos at $140,000 for a 1-bedroom. You go into the $200,000s when you're looking at the 2 bedrooms, and you have $300,000s plus when you're looking at the 3 bedrooms and in bigger condos in the first one. So right now we're actually at La Brisas, and La Brisas at Doral is mostly a townhome community. These townhomes tend to be 3. I'm gonna get up and walk around. So La Brisas at Doral is another close-gated community with an association fee at $467 per month. Now the $467 does get you a pool, which I hope you can see it from there. It does have tennis courts, as you can tell. So you have closed-gated security, you have a pool, you have a nice green area, a nice sidewalk to walk around, as you can tell, and you also have a playground. Now, like I said, most of these are gonna be townhomes, and these townhomes, I really consider them more villas than townhomes. I've already covered that enough where I would consider something with a driveway and a garage more of a townhouse. And when you have the assigned parking spots, I consider that more a villa, right? But the lowest price townhouse / villa in Doral is coming up right here in this community for $495,000. Lowest price, $495,000, so almost $500,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet. All right, 1,600 square feet, built in the year 2000. This is what the community looks like. I'll go this way since there's somebody walking with their dog. This is what the community looks like all around me. You have, same thing, you have a cluster of mailboxes. You do have assigned parking spots, but you have plenty of guest parking all the way around. There's the cluster mailboxes again. There's guest parking right there behind me. And then there's more guest parking right there behind me, with the clubhouse being back there. And this is what the villas will look like. It is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathroom, 1,600 square feet, and the property taxes are $4,500 a year. Insurance on something like this is gonna cost you about maybe $3,000 a year. So $2,500 to $3,000 a year, depending on if the association covers anything on the exterior. So that'll tell you how much your insurance costs are gonna end up being. The good thing about this one, like you saw, we have tennis courts, we have pool, we have playground. The clubhouse here behind me also has a gym. So it does offer a lot of amenities, even though that HOA payment's a little bit higher. Oh, and one thing to also note is they're very pet friendly here. There's a lot of nice dog parks in Doral, and there's doggy stations as you walk around the community. There's a really nice dog park in, I want to say it's Legacy Park, but no, it's not Legacy Park. I gotta look it up, but there's a really nice dog park right down the street from here, and an A-rated school literally right across the street. Stay tuned, I'll see you at the next one. Hey guys, welcome back. So we just made it to the patio homes at Doral. Remember in the beginning of the video when I mentioned that we have 326 active properties for sale in Doral? Out of the 326, 94 of them are single family homes. Not considered condos, not considered townhouses, but single family homes. Only 94 for sale in all of Doral. Remember, those price ranges was from 142,000 all the way up to 3 million. That's the price ranges that we have in Doral actively for sale right now. This house behind me, it is the lowest priced single family home in Doral, Florida. The lot size, it's a little over 3,000 square feet. It was built in 1989. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, over 1,900 square feet. That has a 2, maybe 3-car driveway with a 2-car garage, 2-story home, shingle roof. Because it has a shingle roof, you're most likely going to pay a higher insurance premium. So you can expect to be anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 a year for insurance on a property like this, depending on what kind of insurance discounts you can get due to the size, the age of the roof, the plumbing, electrical, and of course your hurricane protection. As you can see, I don't know if you can see right there behind me, there's a little box, the kiosk. Those are cluster mailboxes. So again, just like Weston, when I talked about, there's a bird in this tree right here. So in Weston, I talked about how there's a lot of communities that have cluster mailboxes. You're still gonna have packages delivered to your home, but your mail will be going to the cluster mailboxes. Because we aren't in an association, remember, you are going to have the amenities that most of these places have, such as this one in particular has a pool. I'm getting ready to walk up to it right now. It goes from 3 feet to 6 feet, so it does have a pool. It looks like we have bathrooms right here behind us. Pretty quiet neighborhood. Similar to what I talked about in Weston, Doral is a place that people want to come to due to the accessibility of it all, the schools, the business opportunities. We have a military installation named Southcom here, where they actually have members from all different branches of the military and federal employees, which I think makes up about 2,100 people that are stationed in Southcom. So between businesses, the Federal Reserve of Atlanta also has a branch office here in Doral. Just to give you an idea, Doral is known for its world-class golf courses. Doral got started because that was the very first thing that was opened here, a golf course. And then residential came in and then businesses came in. So you have world-class golf courses, luxury resorts, and shopping destinations. That's what Doral is known for. Stay tuned. Right after this property, we're gonna check out over $1 million property here in Doral. And that'll be the last stop of the day. All right, see you at the next one. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so we made it to the very last stop of the day. That is, we're gonna be checking out a house that is $1.1 million. It just came back on the market right here in Doral. We're pretty much as far west as we could possibly go. Literally on the other side of this community, you just have the Florida Turnpike, and after that, it's just the Everglades, right? So downtown Doral, where I showed you earlier, is about 5 miles away, so it's about a 13-minute drive. Oh, the dog park that I was talking about is actually called Tails and Trails Dog Park. It's great because they actually have park for each size dog, so they have smaller, medium dogs, and the large dogs have their own area. But this is what the islands at Doral look like. I haven't really talked about the cons too much, so there are some things that I do want to point out about Doral. Number one, Doral, like I said, when it first got started, it was the very first thing that was built was a golf course. And then right after that, what was established was a facility treatment for all the garbage of Miami that actually comes to Doral. So not too far west, I'm talking about maybe 2 to 3 miles west or southeast. I'm sorry, about 2 to 3 miles southeast from here, there is a garbage treatment facility plant that a lot of the residents tend to complain about, because if the wind is blowing in the wrong direction, you can actually smell the garbage, and it's a foul smell. I can speak from experience because my family and I moved to Puerto Rico in 2018. This was due to work because the Coast Guard moved me there. From 2018 to 2020, we actually lived in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, and we rented out our house. And we found We needed about almost 2 months of like a temporary apartment, if you will, until we moved to Puerto Rico. And we actually stayed right here in Doral, like literally right up the street from here. And we were on the 10th floor of a condo. And when you stepped out on the balcony, sure enough, you could smell the garbage. So we just had to go back inside and, you know, not deal with it. But it wasn't like you smelled it every single time you went out. It was just on certain days, if the wind is blowing in the wrong direction, you're gonna smell it, right? Like right now, I'm outside and I don't smell anything, right? So again, it's just certain days. I wanna say it's like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the wind just happens to blow in the wrong directions Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's one con of living in Doral. Another one that I talked about earlier was the traffic. At peak hours of the traffic is not fun at all here. So we got you know, heavy congestion during rush hour traffic. We got the waste management. The final con I would say is you have the flight path for the Miami International Airport is actually right over Doral. So you are gonna hear a lot of aircraft noise throughout the day, and you get to see the planes landing and taking off at all different times. So those are some things to really think about. The cost of living is also almost 20% higher than the national average. So that's another thing to think about. As far as everything else goes, how well maintained the city is, your way of living, the things you can do with your family. There's so many parks, there's so many sports. One of my favorite parks, we actually hosted my son's first birthday. It's literally right across the street. I'm gonna walk out there and show it to you now. But right now, we're right in front of the house. That's $1.1 million. It just came back on the market. It is 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, over 3,600 square feet. It does have a pool, and the lot size, because it is a corner unit, let me show it to you. Because it is a corner unit, the lot size is over 6,300 square feet of an entire property line, which is pretty big for Doral. You do have accordion shutters on the windows. So again, insurance discount, I talk about that in a lot of my videos. You do have tile roof. So again, that's extra protection. It was built in 2007. The price is $1.1 million. Even though we're not in a closed gated community, we do have an HOA of $224 per month. And I'm gonna actually drive around and show you guys the clubhouse so you can see it is right across the street from the Doral Legacy Park. I can't wait to show you Legacy Park because it is one of my favorite parks. It's literally a walking distance away. So here, because we are the corner unit and we are right outside the community, I'm gonna walk over and show you how far away you are from Legacy Park. But Legacy Park has basketball courts, tennis courts, volleyball courts. It has an indoor basketball court with an indoor playground for kids. And that's what we rented out for my son's first birthday. It has a nice outdoor playground for kids with synthetic grass and nice shade for the hot summers. It also has a splash park, which the last time I visited was not open, so I don't know if it's open now. But look, it's literally right there. So 1 block away from Doral Legacy Park. And the Legacy Park actually extends over the street. So there's a walking path that you can take to go over to the other side. And right where the light is, you make a left, and that's where the community clubhouse is. But this is the back of the house. It is all fenced in back here. It does have a gazebo, and it does have a pool. Oh, and it looks like they also have solar panels on this property as well. So 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, $1.1 million. We visited the lowest price single family home of, I think it was $625,000 in Doral. We visited a townhouse for $495,000, which was the lowest priced townhouse in all of Doral. And then of course we visited the lowest priced condo at the resort for $142,000. The pros are, it's such a clean city. It's a newer city. Most of the properties have been built between the late 1980s all the way up until now. CC Homes, one of my favorite builders, just built a really nice community right by downtown Doral with just the like 4-story townhomes with rooftop terrace, beautiful homes. You gotta check those out. Maybe I'll do a tour of those as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, if you want more videos like this, if you want me to go check out any specific place, please let me know. I love doing these videos. I've already had a few people reach out. I am actually helping out a family come here from Germany, Gary and Jenny. Hello, I can't wait to see you guys next week. I'm gonna be closing on their house at the end of this month. They're relocating from Germany. He's actually gonna be working right here in Southcombe, so this video is actually dedicated to you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to check out. Stay tuned, I'll see you in the next one.